Hello everyone and welcome back. In the last video, we met Zero Trust and we fired the old guard who trusted anyone inside the building. But that leaves an obvious question. Because if there is now a checkpoint at every single door, what exactly is each checkpoint checking? And the answer, every single time, starts with identity. Who are you and can you prove it? That's why people say identity is a new perimeter. The wall isn't around the building anymore. It's around every single identity. And identity work really splits into two questions. The first one is authentication, which is simply who are you? Prove it. Think of the bouncer at a club, checking your ID at the door. And the second one is authorization, which kicks in right after. And it asks, okay, now that I know who you are, what are you actually allowed to do in here? That's the bouncer checking the VIP list. Two different questions, and the exam loves to check that you can tell them apart. So, where do all these identities actually live? In Microsoft's world, they live in Microsoft Entra ID. And the cleanest way to picture Entra ID is as the front desk of your building. Every guest, every employee, and honestly every robot vacuum too, they all get checked in at the same desk, and the desk keeps the master list of everyone. And notice, it isn't just people on that list. Entra ID holds three kinds of identities. There are your users, but your also devices have identities. Your laptops and phones, and so do your applications and services. The software robots that talk to each other with no human involved. All three checked in at the same front desk. Now, one thing to get right for the exam. If your company still runs old school Active Directory on its own servers, that is not the same thing as Entra ID. They are two different systems and the tool called Entra Connect. Entra Connect keeps them in sync, so people can use one identity across both worlds. That synchronization setup is what we call hybrid identity. Almost every company you'll ever work at runs exactly this hybrid setup, which is why the exam keeps asking about it. Front desk needs you to prove who you are. So how? Every proof you can offer falls into one of three buckets. There is something you know, like a password or a PIN. There is something you have, like your phone or a physical security key. And there is something you are, like your fingerprint or your face. And multi-factor authentication, which is also called MFA, just means you bring proofs from at least two different buckets. And here is the exam trap. So listen carefully. A password plus a PIN is not MFA, because both of those live in the same bucket. They are both things you know. The whole point is mixing buckets, because a thief who steals your password almost never has your phone as well. That's also why the industry is moving passwordless, with things like Windows Hello, FIDO2 security keys, and the Authenticator app. You skip the weakest bucket entirely. And one more name to remember, SSPR, which is called Self-Service Password Reset, which just lets people reset their own password without calling IT. So now for my favorite part of this whole domain is conditional access. Because so far our front desk treats everyone the same. But a really good doorman doesn't work like that, does he? He sizes you up. Conditional access is exactly that doorman, written as a policy. On one side, you have the if, the signals it looks at. Who is the user? Where are they signing from? Is the device healthy? Does this sign-in look risky? And on the other side, the decision. Here is the decision. It's allowing you let them in, or let them in but demand MFA, or just block it outright. And if that if-then patterns feels familiar, because this is literally the zero trust checkpoint from episode 1, turned into something a machine enforces automatically, millions of times a day. One more exam trap here. Conditional access is not included in the free tier. It needs an Entra ID P1 license. The exam checks that. And when we get to the security tools in the next episode, you will see these same risk signals feed in the alarm system too. Let's put the whole front desk together. Authentication asks who you are. Authorization asks what you are allowed to do. All of it lives in Entra ID, the front desk of your tenant. And you prove yourself with MFA, ideally passwordless, while conditional access size up every single sign-in, like a smart doorman. Before you go, pause the video right here and answer these three. 1. Is a password plus a PIN really MFA? 2. Which license does conditional access need? 3. The bouncer's VIP list. Is that authentication or authorization? Answers are in the pinned comment, and be honest with yourself, because these three are exactly the kind of thing the exam asks. Next episode, we meet the guards and the cameras, the actually security tools, Defender and Sentinel. If front desk finally makes sense, subscribe so episode 3 finds you, and I'll see you there.